What's up, YouTube? It's your boy KJ, and I'm back with another video. So welcome back to the channel if you've been here before, and welcome to the channel if this is your first time. I like that line. I got that from Miss J05. You just have to go check her channel out. You feel me? But anyway, today we're gonna talk about my favorite player's favorite player. I think I said that right. Anyway, this is the person that MJ and a lot of other superstars in the NBA during MJ's and before MJ's time, a guy that they all looked up to. So we're talking about none other than the great Dr. J. So what we're doing is we're reacting to, some of his peers and people that looked up to him in the league and the things he brought to the game. Like first shoe deal, you know what I'm saying? Things that he did and brought to the league. So I just want to hear what these guys got to say about them, because a lot of times you see different things about playing, but oh man, it's so tight. And then come to find out they were inspired by somebody else. They did it first. And Dr. J was like one of the first guys that really glide and dunk and not dunk, but the hang time that he had, the intensity he had on his dunk. So we're going to get into it, man. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and let's get right into it.
First dude walking in air.
Doc operated.
He was the first dude walking in air.
Doc
He was the first dude walking in there. Magic done already made that clear. You hear me?
operated.
And I said to myself,
He was the first dude walking in air.
Doc operated.
and I said to myself, oh, he's not going to make it. And he goes, who?
Somewhat like a girl. Oh! Oh! Ah!
Julius Irving, also known as Dr. J, is one player I would love to see in today's NBA, especially since many fans never witnessed him at his peak before the Magic and Bird era. He'll be a perfect fit for the modern game. With his unique blend of athleticism, skill, and basketball IQ, Dr. J's style wouldn't just adapt, it will thrive. Today, the NBA is all about spacing, three-point shooting, and versatile wing players, and I feel like Dr. J will be even more dangerous in this.
I see right now, just looking at this right now, if everybody always talking about LeBron can get downhill, if you look at the way he's running downhill, he look like a full steam locomotive. It looked like Jordan on some of his breaks. I mean, this was way before LeBron, before Jordan, you feel me? And probably before Magic too, you feel me? So, I mean, yeah, he was that dude back in the day, man. He was that dude.
Era. His incredible hang time and finishing skills will make him a constant threat in transition. Plus, with today's focus on positionless basketball, his versatility will allow him to guard multiple positions while still being a dominant offensive force. Dr. J's creativity around the rim and iconic dunks will easily make him a fan favorite. With modern spacing, his ability to attack the basket through traffic will be even more effective. His
Dude, that right hand, something else, ain't it? It's like seeing Jordan before Jordan. I see where Jordan got all that inspiration from. Cause God, when he stretched that arm out for that one-handed dunk, man, I know it's well above that square. Dr. J be skying out there, and them layups, come on, man. That layup package, come on, bro.
range and post-up game will keep defenses on edge, and with today's advancements in training and sports science, he might be even more physically dominant than in his prime. So yeah, he would easily be a viral sensation if he were in today's NBA.
Facts.
I could not even imagine how big he would have gotten if he was in the age of social media. So here are NBA legends and players sharing stories of how skilled and dominant Dr. J was. Enjoy the video, man.
Playing the brother in the NBA Finals. My idol. I'm playing him in the NBA Finals.
Wow.
Fast.
And so I said, man, I love you, but I got to take him out.
Yeah.
Sensational.
That part. I love you, but I gotta take you out. Oh, bittersweet. Bittersweet. I've been looking up to you for years. I love you, man, but I gotta go through you. That's the same thing. What he just told Dr. J is the same thing Michael Jordan told Magic. I gotta go through you. You feel me?
I got to take him out.
Ain't no choice.
But when he came down that NBA Finals,
That fast.
and so I said, man, I love you, but I got to take him out.
to. Ain't no
I got
choice.
to take him out.
Ain't no choice.
But when he came down that middle, on that right side, and cuffed that ball on Coop.
On Coop. Coop made a bad business decision by jumping.
Remember he rocked it? Bam! I said,
Y'all know Coop was a defense specialist now. That's how he made his money, because it wasn't no Jerry West told him, I need you to play so many people above you that I got for scoring. I need you to play defense. That's how you're going to stay on the court. And so that's what he did. Y'all might have saw that in one of my last videos. So if you get a chance, just check that out.
oh man! Remember he rocked it? Bam! I said, oh man! And then the other one was he came down the right side and he jumped out of bounds and he started walking.
The finger roll, yeah.
In the air. In the air. Fro going back. Bunted against the glass is good. I said, man, this dude is too much, man.
Bird, man, I need my mind all over the place. Magic could really tell a story, cuz. Now, we done seen them plays, videos of them play, but it's funny just hearing Magic Johnson like reiterate or react it, you know what I mean? Him and old Iman Shumpert could tell a story. Them guys had you rolling laughing at the story. You be so enthused, riding every word, but at the same time, it's kind of hilarious too, you know what I'm saying?
He was doing that George stuff before Michael.
Yeah.
And people forget that.
Yeah.
He was the first dude walking in the air.
And, having that opportunity to
George
play
Gervin.
with him, as a rookie, gave me the confidence that I needed to excel in my own career. Me and Doc, we used to practice, and then after practice, Doc used to come get me and say, hey, we're going one-on-one. So me and Doc, practices, me and Doc played one-on-one after practice.
And so what would happen?
Doc operated.
He brought so much creativity to the game.
Here comes Julius Irving.
This is me and Doc played one-on-one after practice.
And so what would happen?
So what happened?
Doc operated.
He brought so much creativity to the game.
Here comes Julius Irving. You know what's next. Oh, what a shot by the Dodgers.
The under the hand against the Lakers where you're behind the basket. We all tried to do it once he did it.
What a play by Irving. That's a play that only Julius could make.
The under the hand against the Lakers where you're behind the basket. We all tried to do it once he did it.
What a play by Irving. That's a play that only Julius could make.
I've always looked for them moments. Like back in the day, I didn't think about it too much because I just looked at Jordan. I was like, okay, Cold is in the game in my eyes. You feel me? Nothing above this guy right here. And then you get older and you start deep diving, you realize the Lakers pounded him, Detroit pounded him. Like he did a lot of losing, a lot of winning, but also he took a lot of big losses to get to where he was. And so you knew how he drove himself, you know what I mean? You knew that he had that drive, but I never knew what really inspired it. Who was he looking at when he was a kid? And so to hear this, knowing that he was watching Dr. J, it kind of ties everything, it kind of makes everything make sense. It ties everything together quite a bit.
I guess I would have never had those visions if I hadn't have seen Dr. J in his time.
Sensational.
I definitely remember.
That's a play that only Julius could make.
I guess I would have never had those visions if I hadn't have seen Dr. J in his time.
You see what I'm saying? He said he wouldn't have never had those visions if he hadn't seen Dr. J. Seeing somebody do what you like to do opens up that imagination inside of you. Like, bam, man, maybe I could do it. Let me try that. Maybe I could achieve that too. So yeah, I like that.
I remember Julius Irving. I was at that stage, I guess, where I really got into basketball when he was sort of in his prime. Dr. J, to me, was the NBA. And I just remember him dunking on everybody.
Look out!
right here.
Doctor.
I remember a dunk he had on Michael Cooper. I think it may have been in the playoffs where he sort of cuffed it and just sort of dunked through him, on him, whatever you want to call it.
It's going to be stolen, I think, by the doctor.
All
Yes,
kind
he's
of
got it. Here he comes.
Sensational.
Rock the baby to sleep and slap.
I was just going to say that. It looked like he rocked the baby to
on
sleep.
him, whatever you want to call it.
It's going to be stolen, I think, by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes.
Boom.
Rock the baby to sleep and slam dunk.
Michael Cooper is forever immortalized by that dunk right there. That dunk right there, he'll forever be in history. Not only by what he done, but that Dr. J dunk right there is iconic. And he was dunking that. He playing defense, but he dunked to get out the way. But it's on video. It's here. It's forever.
Dr. J was a beautiful basketball player to watch. You know, crazy.
Facts.
Style. Fly through the air. He dominated games when he wanted to. Dominated.
That finger
He
roll
just
pretty.
said, okay, that's it. My show tonight, I'm going to affect the whole game. He just dominated with grace and style. Oh, man.
Julius Irving with an incredible shot.
Even looking back at it now, and I'm in the NBA and I'm playing, and I appreciate even more the stuff that he's done.
He played above the rim. He played around the rim, underneath. You know, he did a lot of different things, and you have to give the credit to them.
I never forget, you know, all of us and the kids, we standing around the...
Man, I really love deep diving into old NBA, hearing these old stories and seeing these peers of each other talk about each other. I really enjoy it. I love the game just that much. Just 'cause, I mean, it's not so much as hearsay. Like these guys were there. They played each other, you know, in the battle. So, and just knowing Dr. J couldn't get over Luke Walton sometimes. I didn't know Luke Walton was that player. You feel me? So it's just so much. It's so much to unpack when you get to listening to these stories, man.
around the court on the baseline, and he's got us clapping. And, you know, he starts from the other end of the court, and he just takes off running, but he's not bouncing the ball. He's just running with it. And I had never seen anybody just run with the basketball. And normally, you know, as a basketball player, you bounce it, get your rhythm, bounce, 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 jump. But he just starts running with it, and everybody's clapping. Boom, boom, boom. And all of a sudden, this dude jumped, and I said to myself, oh, he's not gonna make it. And he goes, ooh. And I go, he's not gonna make it. And he goes, ooh. I don't think he's gonna make it. And then it's like he hit another gear in the air, and it's like, and he like exploded, and he got to the rim, knocked it down. The whole place, you know, went up, you know, all the kids just ran out, started hugging him because, you know, you had never seen anything like that.
Free throw line dunk before MJ, before Pippen, you know, and a cast of others that have done that dunk, but to know that he was the one that started that, come on, cuz. Come on. You would have asked me that 20 years ago, I didn't know none of this. It was MJ that dunked from the free throw line. You feel me? I didn't even know Pippen had done it. You feel me? So I'm just saying, I like deep diving into these stories.
Here's the most interesting part that I remember about that. We were outside. That didn't happen indoor, a nice, fancy place. It was outside on the concrete, and he did that.
And the doctor, magnificent as usual.
Got to come down. There's no way he can stay in the air that long.
And he was just in the air.
Julius Irving. Jones with the ball. By Julius Irving. Drives to the basket, goes up and...
Get up, Dr. J.
Watch this fantastic move by the doctor.
I'll say this again now. When you see these people enjoying the game, they are really enjoying the game. There's no texting people back at the house saying, oh, do you need anything from the store before I come home? There's no calling your friends. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they had cameras in there, but that's it. Wasn't no text messages, cell phones calling people, going live, taking snapshots and putting them on your Insta, shooting YouTube videos in person, putting on your Facebook. None of that, MySpace, none of that going on. So these people were there to see the game. Shoot, some of the game wasn't even televised. You feel me?
In the air, prominent with the right hand, floating, reaching, and spinning it in. Incredible! Doctor with his magic shot.
Doc just picked the ball up with one hand without even touching it with the other one, and windmilled this ball like his arms.
Doctor with his magic shot.
Doc just picked the ball up with one hand without even touching it with the other one, and windmilled this ball like his arms stretched from over here all the way like a rubber band. The crowd went crazy.
Did it, but believe me, he did it.
Dr. J could do things in today's game guys cannot do.
Julius was like that. I come from, look at what he does out on the court. My God, there was nobody like him.
Me and Darryl Dawkins over there.
He was
I
the
know I was
first
going
guy
crazy.
I ever saw with air brakes. Air brakes. He was
Stupid,
going to the
man.
basket straight. I was like, somewhat like a girl. Oh!
J. Julius Irving.
God, that was silly. He said, I was like a girl. Oh! Like you can't believe it. That's crazy to be that talented yourself and to see somebody that surpasses your talent and to see them doing things that like you're in the NBA also, but you see somebody doing stuff you cannot do. We're all professionals, but he's professional. You feel me?
He was going to the basket straight. I was like, somewhat like a girl. Oh!
That boy's silly, man.
When you come into the league, Doc's in your locker room. Did you approach him and say, hey, I'm Charles Barkley? Did he see you and say, welcome? How did that all work?
I've told this story 100 times and I never get.
Let's hear it, Chuck.
I told the brothers.
Let's hear it, Chuck.
Just the brothers. Ernie, the night before training camp, I was up all night. I was nervous because it was my first training camp, obviously. But the number one thing I thought about the whole night was, how am I going to approach Dr. J? Do I call him Dr. J?
Right.
Julius? Mr. Irving.
Mr. Irving.
I had cold sweats thinking about that. And so I'm sitting in the locker room. Because first of all, not only that, Moses, Bobby Jones, Andrew Toney, Maurice Cheeks, like the Sixers, this was their heyday. So I was up like, God, I'm going to see all these guys I've been watching on TV. I don't know what to do. And Doc was clearly at the forefront. And I'm sitting there, and finally I'm in the locker room, and I said, well, I don't know what to do. And Doc comes over and says, hey, young fella, I'm Doc. And I said, I'm Charles Barkley. Ernie, I can't explain how nervous I was. Because like I said, that's when the Sixers was in their heyday. And seeing Doc and Moses Maurice and Bobby and all those guys, but Doc was the guy. That's one thing I always, we'll all have this in common. When we're growing up as little kids, there's very few players, the kids, say, I'm Dr. J, I'm John Havlicek, I'm Magic Johnson, I'm Larry Bird. We all got somebody like, who we are. And man, Doc was the guy for most people, especially somewhere like me where we don't have NBA basketball in Alabama.
Right.
But he made it so, that's the only thing I was nervous about.
Who would you start your franchise with? With Larry Bird, Magic, and Michael? Well, Dr. J is who you would start your league with. And he's the guy who could be an ambassador for the league, and he could be a spokesman. And his style of play was infectious. So he would create all of those things that those three had. Dr. J was the first league ambassador.
Bro really set him apart, especially in his ABA days, coming in, merging into the NBA. But look, I grew up a Laker fan. And in '83, obviously, when Philly played the Lakers, how many of us here, seriously, after that move, when he went baselining, he held it, and how many of us went outside and tried to do that? We didn't have the big hands, but we all tried to be like Dr.
I did that. I didn't do it with Dr. J move, but when I seen MJ do something, my people, and I was maybe could go out over my aunt's house or maybe to my friend's house in the country, I'm trying that move. I'm doing there in the bedroom trying it with a piece of paper balled up like a ball. Yeah, it was that serious. So I'm trying to do the move on the top of the door jam, if you feel me. If you figure me, you feel me?
Jay, we all tried to say, we all tried to jump from the free throw line. I think he originally won the first slam dunk competition. I think he originally won the first slam dunk competition.
That's what I'm talking about.
mentioned
First slam dunk
How
contest.
about the shoes?
Yeah.
Isn't he the first guy who had his own shoe? The doc, remember the Commerce Dr. J?
You're right, Steve.
I don't think anybody else up
Chuck
to that
Taylor.
point had their own. Chuck Taylor. All right.
Doc was the first brand.
Yeah.
I think,
Man.
and also to echo Charles, you know, because Doc lives here in Atlanta, and I'm still with him, you know, being around him. You're still nervous around Doc. You know, I still go up to him and I say, Doc, how you doing? And he said, I'm fine, Steve. He still has that fatherly figure over you. And like you said, Kenny, he's an ambassador of the league. I mean, Dr. J is something my dad talks about, my granddad talks about, I still talk about. I mean, I think he'll go
We all
one
talk
player
about
like
it.
Michael, and those players will go through generations after generations.
How did he impact your development as a basketball player?
Well, I think it was just what you said, his style. I think the individuality of him on his teams is what made him. Because you always knew Dr. J played on great teams and everything, but I knew Dr. J, who he was, whether it was with the Pisces or the fish to say Pittsburgh, and he had the same, you know, afro on, or it was just, you know, he was always professional, it seemed like. It seemed like, you know, it was always his demeanor, but you knew that what he had inside of him, you wanted it, and maybe you had a little bit of your own in there, and if you ever got the chance to play, you were going to do your dunks your way, you were going to do your things your way. I mean, no one glided or even tried to have body movements like him, and so he taught me, you know, you can be your own individual.
Doc was just so smooth. You know, he was smooth above the rim.
For real, above the rim.
You know, he was just so
Below,
cool
too.
doing it. I can remember one time at LSU, I missed class, and he was down there doing something for Converse, and Coach Brown brought him over. And when I woke up, it was a hand on my chest, and I thought it was a guy that if you miss class, you got to run laps. So I'm thinking, oh, man, I got to run these laps. And then when I looked up, it was Doc. He was like, how come you didn't go to class, big fella? And he was just so smooth. And, you know, we became friends, and when I decided to leave early, after calling my parents, Doc was one of the first people who I called. He was just so smooth, he was just so nice, and he was very hospitable.
Hairdo on that photo over there.
Look, I
It's
tried
gotten a little bit of
I tried to
attention
do the
here.
Dr. J roll right there.
I'm gonna
I
tell
had
you
a little,
what.
had a little curl.
I don't think you were going to make Reggie Miller wasn't going to make it. But Reggie Miller looks so much like his sister.
Doc there. That was the best I could do.
There's Kenny and the Czar.
I look like Robert Reed.
Robert Ray Parker Jr., Kenny. T-Mac, what was the first?
I didn't know Kenny rocked the fro for a little while. That darn Dr. J, Julius Irving, had everybody inspired to rock the flow.
Time you saw Dr. Dunk.
Not rock the flow, but rock the fro. F-R-O. Afro.
Jeez.
When I grew up in New York City, and Doc was playing with the Nets. And so Larry Keenan, Super John Williamson, those were the guys I always watched early on. And Doc had the big fro. And we used to always have jokes that Doc could go, he was able to dunk on people so much because he had the big fro. And he put the ball behind his head, and then he'd move his hands, and then he'd pull it back out of his head and dunk it. So it was
Boy,
just
y'all, wow,
but
y'all had some
his
exaggerating
illusion
stories.
and I think, and his dunk was great, but I think the way all of us have probably admired more the way he carried himself off the court, because he had a demeanor. It was the first time we saw what a superstar sports figure in basketball was. I think we've seen it like in music, we've seen it in other characters, but nobody had seen what a superstar basketball player was until we saw Dr. J.
I would venture to say Doc, because every kid growing up in my era wanted to be Dr. J. He kind of set the stage for what guys do today, like myself, because there's a lot of dunks that he did that players today still can't do.
Right.
And the way he did it, you know, I never seen nobody go around the backboard on the other side, come back and finish
Still
dunking
going
in
left.
traffic. I mean, look at the dunk against Bill Walton. You know, Bill Walton was one of the great shot blockers. I mean, he had no chance of blocking
Bill
Doc shots.
Walton.
So
I might have said Luke Walton.
I would say
that's
he's
his son. I meant
the
Bill
best
Walton.
of all time.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And
We
tell me,
did.
what was your favorite Dr. J story? So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and until next time.
Man, I'm telling you, man, that Dr. J info is very enlightening. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And to know my favorite player is neat. It's neat to know that. I see where the inspiration come from. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hop in them comments. Let your boy know how you feel about Dr. J. Did you know anything about Dr. J, or did this kind of enlighten you and open your eyes to it? Don't forget to hit that hype button. Your boy, hey, hype me up. The hype button is out there for us new, I ain't gonna say new, us YouTubers or content creators with a small channel. So once you hit the hype button, they share it with people. So don't forget to hit the hype button also, guys. And this your boy KJ, and I'm catching you in this. Peace.